Welcome to the Human Design Festival.
Live in Sofia and online worldwide.
Hello and welcome to the virtual space of the Human Design Element. My name is Lucretia, and together with Veronica, we are organizing the International Human Design Festival. So, hello to you, Veronica.
Hello, hello. And here we are again in our virtual space together with another interesting speaker that we would like to present to you. And this is Tak. Hello, Tak.
Hello, hello. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
We're glad to have you and to present you to those who don't know you. So, who is Tak?
So interesting. Present me. Who am I? I don't know why seem to be saying this at this time in my life, but I'm 72 years old. And when somebody says, "Who are you?" I go, "Oh, good God, how do I compact that many years into a couple of words?" I would say life enthusiast, um,
Mm.
passion for living life at my zenith, empowering myself and other people. I love catalytic transformative environments, which is how come I really love what the two of you are doing, just to be in groups of like-minded people who are looking for what's right, looking to grow and expand. That's what excites me. Um, so I'll stop there. See if you have another question.
We do actually. Um, Our slogan is be in your element. Where are you in your element? What's your superpower?
Oh, goodness. I'm going to use one word first, listening. I I think I came into this world. I am in the human design world, manifesting generator BG5 world express builder. I am in quotes 1222, an emotional express builder. And I came in loud and emotionally expressive, passionate. And I don't think my family was ready for me. I have a lot of projector slash advisor, older siblings and parents. And it was like I dropped some completely different energy into the mix. And they didn't really know what to do with me. So they were resisting my emotional expression, right? And I either clammed up, denied, hid who I was, and or just went the opposite way and began to rebel over the years. But I just noticed the people in my environment seemed very distracted and nobody was listening to me. So I started throwing tantrums. I would follow them into other rooms to get people to listen. And I think over the years, um, that's just been something that aligns with who I am. I hear what's being said, I hear what's not being said. And so, coaching, consulting, being able to listen to people and where they are in their lives, and in whatever way to advocate and support them on their own journey and sacred path to healing and transformation. I would say I'm a 5-1. I'm a messenger. I'm a messenger for the bodies of work that I love. This one happens to be one where, my friends go, "Oh, good God, here she comes again," because I do get very enthusiastic and excited about what I do. Currently, I am working with the BG5 Institute. Um, that one crossed my path in 2017. I was introduced to human design way back in 2003. And I had the thought everybody has the same story. It flipped my life completely around. To be told that it was okay to be emotional, to be told that it's okay to be moody, that was a game changer for me. And it was like somebody took their hand off of a cork that had just been being held underwater. And it was just freedom for me. And so, typical as a 5-1 again, investigating authority. I love to learn. I love science, spirituality. I think we were talking about math earlier, psychology. I love bringing health and wellness, all of those different aspects together. And so I dove into a study of human design and studied with as many people as I could for myself, right? And I had a mentor way back in the day that asked me a very focused question. She said, "Do you want to continue living your life in effort and struggle? Or would you like to live your life from a perspective of joy, creativity, and ease? And I said, well, that's a no-brainer. Joy, creativity, and ease. And so she gave me this distinction between essence and form. And she said, most people chase the form. Most people have a picture of what it is that they want, and they focus on the form, they get fixed on the form, they get locked into the form, they get distracted by the form. Versus the world responds to your feeling experiences, what's coming to you from your heart. So, what do you want to feel? Freedom, fun, spiritual community, connection, contribution, and flow. And those were my essence words. And I share that in when I was introduced to the human design system and chart way back in the day, Pure Freedom, one of the funnest systems I've ever had the opportunity to be a part of. It does allow me to connect to myself and grow myself in ways that I haven't been able to do with other modalities and contribution to myself and others. I'll say one more thing and then I'll be quiet because I figure you might have something else to ask me. I love, as I said, personal growth work. Part of that effort and struggle versus joy, creativity, and ease has to do with the awareness around who I am, the awareness around when I'm triggered, the awareness around when I'm in a narrative, awareness around when I'm in my mind, right? When I stay with the essence experiences that make me feel good, I'm no longer in my mind. And so coming back to the chart, one of the most extraordinary things for me to learn that I learned was the undefined functions, aka open centers, those places in my design where I can live from the patterns and the vulnerabilities and the discord and the lack of listening, the resistance of the ego, having the essence and form and knowing how to do my work, and then just having a clear map of who I am and what I'm designed to be joyful, right? I'm not here to save the world. I'm just here to be free and be joyful and live at my zenith, and to have a map like we have with the human energy design system, BG5 system. I think it's like having the keys to the kingdom. So I'm going to stop for a minute. That's my 1222 that goes on a stream.
Nice that you're inspired.
Great story to hear this development in time, how it happened for you. I wonder, Tuck, when you first heard about this concept from human design, that the mind is not here to its role, its function is not to make decisions. How was it for you when you first heard that? Was it a relief, or it was something that disturbed you in some way? And
I think it was, and I feel like everybody's life does that. I get when I'm open and available, spirit takes me to wherever I need to get the next nugget of wisdom. And this same mentor had said, when you're in a narrative, when you're in a storyline, if you're triggered by anything out there, you're in your mind. If you're in your essence experiences, you're going to stay present and open and available. What the chart did for me, what human design, it gave me a look at what my mind looked like. It being open. I had a sister, she's passed, she's the one that introduced me to the system. She had a defined mind, defined, just that's all she had defined. And it was fascinating to look at the difference in terms of how we lived life. But for me, it's typical, I think, of what people in the human design world say with the 7 year of deconditioning. I got it here first and it made sense, but it was the practice and the embodiment and the application of, okay, Tuck, there you are again in your shadow behavior. There you are again in your narrative. There you are again in your trusting my gut took practice. Again, trusting my gut took practice. And so the word that comes up for me is trust in the system. I've got to trust my gut and recognize when my mind is trying to have dominion over my spirit. So again, it wasn't new, but it was exciting to have a picture and a system to support my journey.
A
Did that
grounding.
did that answer your question?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
definitely. So when you look back of when you first met human design and then later on VG5 and so on, all this journey, um, what would you say is your biggest um, where do you find the biggest value? Like what's your number one take from this knowledge?
Permission to be me sounds so simple, doesn't it?
Mm.
But and I've had the thought my story is probably not any different than anybody else. It's just my story. But the growing up in the South, the Southern graces, we were supposed to look a certain way, be a certain way, certainly not show up better than the men around us. We were only speak when spoken to. We were eye candy. And then I came up in the 70s where women were banning the bra and doing whatever they could to, make themselves known. And so there's so many roles, at least for myself as a woman, that I have played, and I've played them well. Having this chart, the affirmation, the understanding of who I am, and how come I respond to my environment and the way that I do, I don't know that there is a stronger system that has the power to support anyone that wants to transform to completely catapult their life. That's been my experience. And that's why I said, anybody brave enough to step within 5 feet of my energy field is probably going to hear about human design if they don't know about it before. Or when I talk to people as a coach and a friend, or if I meet new people, it's almost like I have to have their chart in front of me. Not that I want to tell them anything, but it's like I feel who they are when I have their chart, and it would happen with the two of you, I imagine, if I had your charts in front of me. It just expands and makes the connection so much better. And it's changed my personal life. And I would say it's changed my professional life most definitely, in that I don't chase things anymore. I trust my gut response, that when I am investing in the essence experiences that make my heart sing, that the right things are going to come to me, and my body will not be able to help wanting to move towards what it has energy for. So it's the simplicity of the decision-making strategy to me, just that little piece alone. I know it's changed my life. That's all I got is life experience to share, but it has been my experience of others as well.
Mm.
Very inspirational.
I was actually wondering about how universalization plays out a role in your life. You mentioned talking about I really love the way you explained human design in a very simple language.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. Understandable.
I don't know if this is true for you all, but when I'm working with people around their chart, half the time they're already living it and they don't know it. And so it's just this bing nugget of wisdom and insight that, oh my God, I'm already living the vibration of my design. I share that with you that as a little girl, my mother told me I was like the Pied Piper. I just was living life right as a kid. I don't know what I'm doing. But she said, all my friends would follow me wherever I went. And so I look at this messenger authority, or the heretic investigator. And even when I played basketball, people kind of put me in charge of the team. And as I've grown older and as I've moved into, like, I spent 10 years literally running around the country studying with mentors to grow personally, because that's my job, is to evolve myself. And when I find something of value, I really do go stand on the mountaintop. And I cannot help but to proselytize and universally, like, look at my hands. People laugh at me and they say, Tucker, your arms flailing through the air right now, because I can get so excited and passionate about something that I believe in, whether I have made more money for other people, I think, than I've ever made for myself. sending people to the different mentors that I've worked with. And so the informing, in terms of my life's work, being able to inform people about something maybe that they don't know yet, that brings the capacity to mutate. That's just fun. So I say as a 5-1, I stand on the mountaintop and 360 degrees, I'm just there excited about sharing, universalized messages, and I cannot be responsible for what they do with it, right? But I'm just gonna, you see this mouth, it just keeps going. I do have moments of quiet time in my life and reflection, but and when you look at the fact that the 1222 is in my life's work as a 5-1, right? No wonder people said I was a loudmouth, motor mouth, and told me to sit down, be still, and be quiet. I would add, did I answer? Because I can go all over the place. Did that answer your question?
Yeah. I love other five lines, fifth lines. I myself am, and
See, here you are.
exactly. That's what I was thinking. Universalizing the knowledge for more people. And
Hmm.
Lucretia is a 2-4, so she's called out to also be a messenger.
Spreading the word into the network.
Yeah.
My
Mm.
sister that introduced me to this system was a 2-4 advisor. So, it's interesting. I just put a panel together at the BG5 Institute of individuals who had gone through my classes and were graduates because I thought they're going to market better than me. Like, it's one thing for me to say, come take my class, right? But if graduates, the consultants come and they talk about the value that they got, felt like that would make a difference. I'm telling you the story. I didn't do it on purpose. Every single person on the panel was a 5-1, except for one person who was a 2-4. So
Yeah.
spread the word, right?
Mm.
And I
Yeah.
would say the practicality and the simplicity, that's how come when Karen and I were talking, I decided to talk about the how to prosper with simplicity in that fifth line practicality. If it's too complicated, my brain shuts off.
Yeah. Yeah. And actually, human design can be very practical for daily life, for our work, of which we spend 1/3 of our lives connecting with others. And because we're not alone in the world, go be enlightened on a mountaintop. That can be very nice and probably not easy, but be enlightened and living the life in with the others. We're social beings. That's the trick, really. So human design really helps, I think, all of us for that. So guys, if you want to join us on this incredible journey um, with human design and the business side, BG5 and OC16 perspective, we would love to have you live in Sofia or online worldwide. Come on,
Worldwide.
worldwide.
It's a big
In your
word.
pajamas, if you want, around the world. We would love to have you. So, would you like to come? This is stuck. If you connected with her and resonated with her energy, she will be part of the festival in the BG5 or 16 day 2. And we're really looking forward to your offering about the most material line and actually to unveil a little secret. Isn't the third line the material success in every um, yeah, in every gate?
Yes, 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 yes. It's the experiential way, right? The material
Mm,
way. So we're looking forward to bringing that in. Remember, I'm all about simplicity. So I figure who doesn't want to prosper in all areas of life with simplicity, right? No effort,
mm,
struggle, but joy and simplicity. That's
mhm.
my message.
Yeah. Okay, guys, see you soon, and bring yourself to the table of abundance, which we're presenting to you with all these wonderful speakers, every one of them unique in their own way with their own pearls. Let's get together, grow together, enjoy, learn, experiment, experience, just vibe together.
And thrive together in these new transformative times.
And if we mixed our fractal lines, you'll be there. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Would you like to join us?
And truly be in your element.